subscribe to Raze.
And welcome back, everybody. My name is Raze Chaos. You made it back to my channel. And yeah, you made it back to my channel, but we're going back to last Friday's video because Raze had a couple of decks of cards he was going to show off. And yeah, they're sitting in another room right now. But Raze realized when he was going through all three of them that there's no way this could be one video. It would be... Raze has some long videos, but he's trying to rein that in a little bit. But when he was doing the Batman deck, he realized he was getting just out of control. So decided to do another intro, and we're going to go back in time, like a week or so. So you can check out this deck. I'm doing a new intro, but I'm not necessarily going to do a new outro. But Raze did cut a little bit out of last week's intro. He'll chop up the end a little bit, I'm pretty sure. Because there was a special announcement that Raze cut out of what you saw last week. So be sure you watch the whole thing to see another little bit of excitement that's coming to the channel. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and get you guys back in there. So let's get into the Batman cards.
Oh! Do you always sneak up on people like that?
No.
I think since we were talking about the Joker deck, we're just going to go ahead and bust into the Batmans. Not really expecting too much as far as this goes. I'm pretty much sure it's going to be the exact same. Yes, we have the Joker cards. Which, this tells me right away. There are two Joker cards, and one of them has Batman and Two-Face, and one of them has Batman and the Joker. So this makes me think that these cards are going to be a lot different on the inside as far as suits go. So Raze is going to go ahead and divide up the suits again.
Hi, Robin. What comes in 12s?
Donuts!
Clubs, and can already tell that they are going to be doing difference because we've got the aces, ace to king on the diamonds, and yeah, just looking at these as I divide them up, they are going to be very different. Hearts and of course the spades, and just right off the bat, these are very telling. So so the Ace of Hearts, I'm going to go with this first because it is Detective Comics number 27, and then you go into the Ace of Spades, which like earlier, Raze is going to do the actually looking at how different they are. Yeah, each one's different. Yeah, so we're just going to have to go suit by suit on this one. Sorry if you thought this was going to be a small one. It's not now because, yeah. So the Ace of Hearts is the Detective Comics number 27, which is obviously the first appearance of Batman. The back of the cards just have a little Batman symbol, I guess. 2 is just basically a Batman pose of Batman swinging in. Very, not much to say there. There's that. 3 is Batman number 11, the issue. This is already becoming, this is leaps and bounds above the Avengers deck right now, because when you toss in more of the older stuff, Raze is absolutely going to love this. Number 4, we have the Ace of Hearts is Batman in a different pose. Not much to say there. The 5 of Hearts is a nondescript Batman cover. It's got the classic Batman Robin pose of them doing it. It's got the cover price of 10 cents, but it doesn't have a number on the actual issue. Unfortunately, this this image has been used for Batman and Robin so much, it's really kind of hard to, if unless you know it right off hand, you don't know where that original image came from. And then six of hearts is another Batman pose. Seven of hearts is Batman. Goodness, Batman number 52. Or no, 52 big pages. It's Batman number 241. So they're giving you a lot of Batman history as far as the covers go on these. So the Seven of Hearts has got Batman number 241. It looks like. It looks right. It's so small though; it's hard to read. So yeah, 241. Eight of Hearts is another pose. Nine of Hearts is Detective Comics number 587. And yeah, this was Raze's heyday when he was reading. This is a Norm Brayfogle cover, which Norm Brayfogle did some great Batman work. And then we get to the Ten of Hearts, which is a 3D Batman Amazing Adventures. Batman's own 3D glasses. The Ten of Hearts has that look on it, and that is a great retro look as far as that goes. Yeah, Raze is going to blow through these as fast as he can because, unlike the tarot decks, the cards don't have as much meaning. So you've got the Jack of Hearts, which is a great little old Batman issue. It's a great Riddler issue. It's got like 3 riddles on the front and everything. Not seeing the number, but there's a very familiar. This is one of those that Raze is going to kick himself later because he knows he should know this issue. There is something. This is a significant issue, and it's going to bug the crap out of Raze because he can't think of what it is. But yeah, that is so cool. And then we've got the Queen of Hearts, which naturally is going to have Catwoman on here. And let's see, still in the 10-cent range. Why can't I find the number 65? I want to say. Again, it's too small. It's yellow on red, so it's really hard to read the number, the issue number here. But yeah, it has a great Empress of the Underworld, great Catwoman image. This is definitely a deck that a Batman fan would really enjoy. And then the King of Hearts is Detective Comics number 69, which has a classic Joker cover, one of the old ones. I would love to get a collection, kind of like with the Spider-Man postcard set that I got. I would love to get one of not only Batman covers, but then do another one of the Joker covers, because Joker really had some of the best covers in the DC history. So I could go for even just a villains. That would be awesome too. So yeah, we've gone through the hearts, and now we're gonna go through the clubs.
We're going in!
Which the Ace of Clubs is. This is 251. It looks like, and Raze has done a comic cover of this one, and this is an absolute awesome one. I believe it was a Marvel exclusive, but you can check that out in the playlist Raze has got going on with the Funko comic covers. This is one of Raze's all-time favorites of those because it does have a Joker holding the ace, holding an ace with the Batman on there, and that is represented in the figure. So right out of the gate, the clubs are going. And then the Two of Clubs, you've got Star Spangled Comics, which for a little while there they had Robin stories going on. and they were Robin centric. The Star Spangled Comics was an anthology, so you've got a bunch of different people going on there. Because even on the here it says follow the danger trail with Tomahawk, which is another character that starred in Star Spangled Comics for a while. As did the. I didn't even show the card, did I? It's a great little Robin holding Batman in jail. And don't worry, Batman's gonna get out and slap him all over the internet. Three of Clubs is a pose, another pose. I should probably look to see if those are the same. Detective Comics. That's what was significant about that issue. No, it's not. Never mind. We've just got to the Four of Clubs, which is Detective Comics number 149, which is the first appearance of the Riddler. And you see him in his classic little tights and everything, in this weird little wire cage that he's got Batman and Robin in. I always love seeing the early depictions of the villains because, when you go way back then, it's just kind of like, these are goofy. And then 5 is a nice little Batman pose. And number 6 of Clubs is a great little penguin-looking story. Batman number... Why do they gotta make it so small? If they were actually this size, if it was just took up the entire thing, I don't think that would be a problem. But the fact that they shrank it down even further is like, no, you gotta try and strain to see these. But this is the cover of Batman issue 1 something. I can't read that. And then the 12 centers. You can tell Raze worked at a comic book store because that is one of the ways that we would actually sort comics, as far as when somebody brought in like a batch to, hey, we've got these comics we'd like to sell. We would divide these up by the cover price more so than we would the actual issue, title or anything like that. Like we really kind of would look at the cover price because that would give us an idea as to how old and how rare it could actually be. So little trick if you're trying to unload some comics, that's one of the first things they're going to look for is what the cover price is on issues. Of course, this is a Penguin issue. I love the fact that Batman's got like a bat shield on here, and Robin's just getting blasted by the dummy, the secondary umbrella that's attacking. There's multiple umbrellas attacking and everything. Batman's got his batarang out, and he's got his shield up, and he's got the Penguin coming right at him and everything. Robin's off to the side getting his butt kicked by this unmanned umbrella. That's some bullshit right there. That's Dick Grayson right there. He can handle a freaking umbrella. 7 of Clubs is Batman. Batman posed again. Number 8, 8 of Clubs, Detective Comics. Back to the 10th center. Once again, like the 52 pages is larger than any number on here. And if the number, there's the number, very small underneath that. Can't read that. Looks like a two-digit number. But even on the front, it's back when comics weren't just because you were getting Detective Comics and that started Batman, you'd have like a couple follow-up stories in there. And this one has Powwow Smith, the Indian lawman, which, oh my goodness, that doesn't sound very PC now, does it? Then we've got the 9 of Clubs in another pose. I do believe that they've reused these poses in different cards, which would be kind of confusing if you were playing and, you wouldn't know the card right off just because it was that pose. I have a feeling, don't know for sure. I'll know when I get to the other decks how that goes. But so the 10 of Clubs is another Batman issue. Could be, yeah, I'm not even gonna try. Um, but shocking, what startling shock awaits the dynamic duo and you. So yeah, another classic 12-cent Detective Comics. They did shoot for dramatic quite a bit with these, and yeah, Batman was one that you just couldn't get away from it. It was so much fun. Uh, and then the Jack of Clubs. This is a big one. This I don't need to be able. I didn't even need to see the number because this is issue 566. Which that is right? Yeah, 566. All right, yeah, I remembered that right. This is Detective Comics 566. Prowl the Rogues Gallery of the Dark Knight. This was one of the issues that first got Raze into big time. This issue, Raze actually has a full-size poster of this. Raze actually has this on a t-shirt because this is one of those issues that were one of Raze's favorite issues of all time. And the thing is, nothing happens in it. It's really kind of bland, but basically, beginning of the story is Batman being approached by Jason Todd Robin, and he's just basically, Batman was delivered a message that just said, know your foes. And that issue, every page after that was Batman going one by one through his rogues gallery and files, and it was just a, this is who it is, this is what they did, and blah blah blah. It was like a who's who issue, and it just went all the way through, focusing on different villains. And of course they did kind of a montage towards the end because there were so many, but that basically, reading that, Raze loved Batman, obviously. Getting that and then seeing the Who's Who editions as they were on the stands, Raze just saw that as an extension of this. And Batman's got all these files and knows all about these different characters. Raze needed to know that because, little boy Raze was going to be the information guy as well. And sure enough, look, he's grown up and he can't stop talking about this crap. But yeah, very important issue in Raze Chaos's world. And then moving on, we are back to the Queen of Clubs. And this has got another issue, number 5 something. Man, these small numbers. But it is this the end of Catwoman. So obviously they kept the theme going with the Queen of Clubs going on here, with Catwoman being the Queen, because obviously is the Queen of Clubs, and the King of Clubs is actually a really important one, because it's one of the early issues that showed Ra's al Ghul. It's got, basically Robin being shot right there on the cover. Don't believe this is the first story of Ra's al Ghul, but it would definitely be an early one. Yeah, it's still in the 15-cent range. So yeah, this is easily an early appearance of Ra's al Ghul. So we've done hearts, we've done spades. Let's do diamonds, and the ace of diamonds is Batman #1. Nice little dramatic pose with Batman and Robin swinging. Obviously, this is the one that started off the Batman. Not too far after the Detective Comics, because you couldn't really let that go. So Two of Diamonds is Batman and the Batcopter, which I guess they did that so they could have called this the Batman covers deck. That would have been awesome. So the Three of Diamonds is Detective Comics 100 page special whatever issue. Maybe it's supposed to be an annual earlier version. But I love it because obviously it's a bigger one, and it's got extra stories going on here. They've run it down on the bottom. There's an extra Green Lantern, extra Adam. I don't know if these are extra stories or in an anthology thing, or if these were all guests in the story. It's hard to tell with these, especially with the times. Because this is a 50-cent comic, but it's 100 issues, so that's not telling what the regular price was. You've got a Green Lantern going on here, the Atom. You've got the all-new Manhunter, which this would be the Paul Kirk Manhunter, which is really cool. You've got Robin, and you've got Hawkman. And the fact that they specify Robin down here makes me think that it's a Robin story and not the actual, and not just being a guest appearance in there. Four of Diamonds is another Batman pose. Five of Diamonds is another Penguin story. Number 287, 297. Hard to tell with these little tiny numbers here. Another good Penguin shooting people with his freaking umbrella thing. Weapon of choice, but it's the Penguin. Penguin's been around for a long time, and I'm glad that he's still in there. I know it's hard to work him sometimes, but they still use him. Then the Six of Diamonds is another Batman pose. Seven of Diamonds, they go back even further. Detective, not sure. It's 2 something. Still a 3-digit number. But featuring Batman and Robin in the Prisoners of the Giant Robots. Yeah. I could barely read this. The sad thing is when I take pictures of these and make them bigger on the screen, you guys are going to be able to read these a whole hell of a lot easier than Raze can right now. So, 8 of Diamonds, we've got another Batman profile shot. And the 9 of Diamonds is 263, Batman 263, with a nice little Riddler cover, with Batman in another death trap, and Riddler should really be careful because I don't see how one of those arrows ain't aimed at him. Doesn't make a lot of sense to me, but it's still a great cover, and I'm loving the choices that they made in these, and I just lost it.
Batman, where are you?
Shh. You get over here. That's the ace. Raze isn't going to lose any of these cards, and that leads us to the 10 of Diamonds. Not quite sure. I can't read these numbers. They're too small. But it's a great cover with Batman. It's another one of those early, 30th anniversary issue. And you've got Batman talking about, he's holding up a Batman issue number 1 and Detective number 27. And you've got Robin. And then you've got the Joker and Penguin off to the side, because those were really the most reoccurring villains for Batman at the time, was Joker and Penguin. Probably 2 of his most, in the early years, Penguin was right up there with the Joker. And, Then we move on. We have got Detective Comics, where a later issue, not 100% positive what's going on here, but it's another cover. Great issue of Batman down in the cave Detective Comics. Yeah, I mean, I loved how dramatic. I mean, some of these covers are downright goofy, and then others are so dramatic, where Batman's being down there, being down in this dungeon or whatever, with these dogs being, threatened, and phew, I love the range that Batman has, but that's the Jack of Diamonds. Now we're leading up to the Queen of Diamonds, and you want to bet if this is in a Catwoman cover? Guess what? It's not. This is the Detective Comics. This is featuring one of Batwoman's earliest appearances, and just the fact that Robin speaking to Batman in a familiar turn, like "Hurry up, Batman! Batwoman's gonna beat us to the crime." This really kind of tells you this is obviously not Batwoman's first appearance, but yeah, it is featuring Batwoman, and she's in her classic. She's on her classic motorcycle. She's got her little purse, utility purse, I guess you'd say. I love that Batman had the utility belt where you had to know what was where and everything. She's got a utility purse, so you just imagine she's getting ready to get her. She's like going through her purse, going, "Oh God, where did I put that?" And I'm going to move on to the King of Diamonds, which is a great little. Okay, this is fun because that tells you how old this is. This is a Batman cover that features Mr. Zero, and if he doesn't, if he looks familiar, it's because Mr. Zero is what Mr. Freeze was originally called. They updated him as they went to turn him into Mr. Freeze instead of Mr. Zero, because I guess since they were going to have him be a Freeze villain, a cold villain, which, they were kind of common. You had cold villains for all your different superheroes had different cold villains. But the term Mr. Zero could mean, obviously it's supposed to mean absolute zero, but that could mean so many different things, just Mr. Zero. And so I guess they wanted to be more specific and say he's Mr. Freeze, not Mr. Zero, which the conflict there is just that, I mean, he could be Mr. Zero Celsius, which would mean freezing, but I mean, I don't think they wanted to call him Mr. 35 because 35 degrees Fahrenheit is freezing. 35 or 34, I don't remember exactly, but yeah, King of Diamonds is a great, Mr. Zero, and I love the fact that his name's right on there. That is so cool, and that leads us to this deck of spades, which is, oh yeah, that is just so cool. Because, I mean, you hear Raze say, "Oh, that is so cool." Why does Raze say that's so cool? Because so far, with all the decks were just, Detective Comics, Detective 27, first appearance of Batman. You had the what was the second one? It was a big Joker. That technically that's an issue where the Joker came back and he was no longer the goofy 66 TV show laughing clown version of the Joker. He was now more of the homicidal version that we have now. This was where he really came back and first appeared in that kind of light. And then you had Batman #1 for the diamonds. But what do we have for the Ace of Spades? Well, it's Batman's ace in the hole, which would be the first appearance of Dick Grayson, the first appearance of Robin. Yeah, Raze had to do a little presentation because, that's my boy. Yeah, so that's sensational Robin, the Boy Wonder. Yeah, first appearance of Dick Grayson and Robin. And then issue 2 goes to Batman #13, which is another Batman and Robin. And this is one of the propaganda covers, I guess you'd say, because it's got, this is a 2 of spades, and it's one of the propaganda covers where they're more wartime, I guess you'd say, because you see them landing. Robin's already landed, and he's like trying to catch his parachute. Batman's coming down on these targeted spots, because this is representing the paratroopers that were being. World War II was going on early on in comics, back when they were 10 cents and in the number 13 range. So this would have been a military movement of that they were reflecting to show that Batman, at the time, this is actually showing that Batman and Robin are just as big as heroes as the soldiers that were fighting in World War II. I always found that to be so interesting that at the time they were trying to make the superheroes be likened to American soldiers, to be looked up to be the heroes of the day, because nobody doubted American soldiers back then. And it was really kind of the superheroes trying to be thought of amongst those ranks. Like, these guys are, Batman and Robin are just as heroic as the men over there fighting for your freedom. Which I always thought that's really kind of funny how the tables have kind of turned, where it's more or less like, yes, veterans are considered heroes, but they're not superheroes. They're not out there fixing it all by themselves. It's one of those things where, superheroes do have to pay homage to where they came from, and this is a great example of how, when they were pushing superheroes initially, how they were one of the means that they would use to try and enforce that heroic image was to liken them to American soldiers. Issue 3 is another comic pose, and then Detective Comics for this Four of Spades is what the Rainbow Batman, the different costumes, different all the different colors. And I mean, honestly, if you're a Funko collector, you know that Funko already did like all the different costumes. And then, of course, in this story, Batman had to wear a different color every night that he went out for several nights. It even says something. I must wear a different colored Batman costume each night. Although not a lot of people have read this issue to understand why, Funko didn't hesitate to. I mean, I do believe there was some Batman mystery minis. There was a whole line of those where it was just different colored Batmans. Back in the earlier days of Funko, which still, Raze would love to get a hold of some of those. He's got a couple of them, but wasn't collecting when that happened. And then the Five of Spades is another Batman in another Batman pose, which is great. We've got Detective Comics. The Six of Spades is another Detective Comics issue. Not even going to try and read the numbers anymore. It's Batman on the cover. Robin is rushing to him, and the suit of armor is coming to life. Look out, Batman. The killer's hiding in that suit of armor. You don't say. Which one's the world's greatest detective? I ask you this. Dick Grayson was on that, even when he was a little kid. Then we go to Seven of Spades, with another Batman pose. And the Eight of Spades is another of the big, really kind of almost famous Batman covers, where you've got Commissioner Gordon, Alfred, Batman, Robin, all like tied up as candles on a cake, a birthday cake. It even says it on the side, "Happy Birthday." And the Joker is basically got them tied, ready to explode, and that is another famous Joker cover that that's one that Raze would use if he was doing a postcard set like he did with like they did with the Spider-Man, which there probably is one. Raze's gonna have to look for that. But the Nine of Spades is another Bruce Wayne pose for Batman. Ten of Spades is a Detective Comics. Night Has 1,000 Fears, and it also has a follow-up story, because they did this way late into the 60s and 70s. I think they were still doing like backup features, so you weren't just getting, you picked up Detective Comics, you didn't just get Batman. There was also a smaller story going on in the back, and this one was a nice little featuring the elongated man. So got a couple detectives in that one, and it makes sense because Elongated Man was a detective as well. And then the Jack of Spades looks like Batman and Robin in the in the canals. So yeah, Batman and Robin is traveling the world right now, and yeah. A nice little using the oar to jump from one boat to the other. That's really kind of cute because they always did try and do everything that they could. So yeah, Jack of Spades right there.
I'm studying Italian.
Excellent.
And then you've got the Queen of Spades, which is a return to the claws of Catwoman. Another really early appearance of that one, which really cool. And it's like, why are you picking on the kid, woman? Seriously, that's rude. Don't be doing that. Yeah, Raze could have almost done this entire thing on just this one issue, but Raze is kind of glazing through there. The King of Spades is a very early Detective Comics issue, which is really cool. Yeah, number 31. It's one of those great, back when he was still the gothic Batman. He was just, he'd make you nervous. But yeah, these are all so great, and Raze is absolutely happy to have gotten this deck, which this was well worth the $1.29, $1.25, however much it was. This was absolutely worth the price of admission on. This has got Raze Chaos' stamp of approval.
Such magnificent specimens of manhood.
This was definitely a fun little jaunt through these Batman playing cards, and these have Raze Chaos. Raze wasn't expecting much from these, but they definitely went above and beyond.
Sir, 6 glasses of buttermilk.
Oh, thank you, Alfred.
Go ahead and let Raze know down in the comments below which one of these decks you like the best. You don't have to hold back. Let me know why it was the Batman deck that was your favorite.
Yes, Commissioner.
Because it was the most interesting, and that's not just Raze being biased towards Batman.
Very well, Commissioner. We'll be there right away.
The bias towards Batman comes from the fact that Raze actually bought 2 of these decks. And obviously opened this one, but the other one he didn't open, and that's going in the prize box that Raze is still building.
I took the precaution of coating my stomach with buttermilk.
Gosh, Batman.
To go towards the giveaway at 500 subscribers. So yeah, the Batman ended up being the best deck out of the 3 of them, and he's gonna go ahead and share it with you. It was his favorite, so why wouldn't he share it with you? But at any rate, yeah, this video went on a lot more longer than Raze was expecting it to, and editing's not going to be fun on this one. So Raze is going to go ahead and let you go now. I hope you had a great day. I hope you enjoyed watching this long video, which Raze did not intend for it to be as much. But at any rate, I hope you had a great time. I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know, like I said, talk to me about these decks. Obviously, I think Batman one is probably going to sell better at Dollar Tree. because now we know what's inside of it. So that's leading Raze to think he needs to buy more of those decks, so you'll know which ones are worth buying and which ones aren't. But since Raze has a collection of trading cards, or playing cards, it won't be too much of a burden for him. So Raze is going to go ahead and let you go now. I hope you had a great day, but never forget, the life is full of odd moments. You never know when you're going to be defined.